5 fun facts that nobody knows about you, or at least your viewers and the audience?
They might not know I'm a Chipotle freak. I eat Chipotle every single day. They don't know I'm a jokester. Like when you hear me speak, I wanted to be a comedian first, but God took me this route, and I don't think people know because they see those videos. You gotta want to succeed, it's bad. They don't know that. That's just me going in, when I'm speaking, but that I want to be a comedian. I love diversity. I grew up in Detroit, so it wasn't really diverse like a New York. So I love people. I love talking to people, but just let me be me. Like, let's just kick it. Let's not, like we all human. Like, I ain't no sweeter than nobody else. Like, I like to eat chicken and not have to, like watch me eat chicken. I just like to, I just want to go in and be myself, throw ranch all on it with the sticky stuff all on me and not have to be like, well, we're at dinner and they're watching me and this is E.T. the hip hop. I just want to go in on the wings. And I think a lot of people don't know that I get afraid too. They think I'm always strong, but I use my fear, to motivate me and to drive me. I think, somebody asked me, do you still get scared when you speak? Yeah, I think only a person who's cocky don't get scared no more. I think only a person who is into themselves, I still get nervous because it's souls, it's lives. I'm not an entertainer. I change lives, so I'm always nervous, but I use that nervousness to like push me to greatness and not make me run from it. I use it to push me toward it. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy E.T. and you tuned in to the life and the day. That's right, the life and the day of E.T. I was 16 years old, I left home and dropped out of high school. Just a lot of failure, stealing from the mall, just a lot of crazy stuff going on. And so a mentor, a pastor came in my life, mentored me, told me that, this isn't the end for you, this is the beginning. He helped me get my GED, got my GED, and hooked up with a serious sister. I ain't know how serious she was then. I got caught up in her looks. And, she pushed me. She was like, look, I'm going to college. I'm not dating no high school dropout. So she ended up, I ended up going to college with her, et cetera. I don't even know why I went to school. I just followed her. But how I got here is, everybody in the room, people who pushed life, the people who shared the video, with their friends.
When you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep. Some of you love sleep more than you love success. And I'm here to tell you today, if you're going to be successful, you've got to be willing to give up sleep. You got to be willing to work off for 3 hours of sleep, 2 hours. If you really want to be successful, some days you're going to have to stay up 3 days in a row. Because if you go to sleep, you might miss the opportunity to be successful. That's how bad you got to want it.
Yeah, before the work comes into play, in my mind I'm thinking, E.T., this is like one shot. Eminem said it best. Like if you had, one opportunity, one moment to seize everything you've ever wanted, would you capture to let it slip away? So before, I get up to speak, before, I write my book, before an interview, I'm thinking like, yo, E, like this is it. Like, pretend you will never have another. Like you will never have another interview. Like how do you want to be seen by the world? Like if me and you, this is it. Like you'll have the last video. Like, yo, E, what do you want the people to hear? Like, what do you want them to feel? What do you want them to see? So I go into it like this is it. This is the final one. I just spoke in New York. I might get on the plane and crash. So that last interview I did, that has to fully represent me, everything I believe, my DNA, you know. So for me, before I work, I'm like, yo, E, this is it. This is your only speaking engagement. This is your only interview. This is your only opportunity. You gotta nail it. You gotta murder it. So that's kind of how, you know, I'm thinking before I actually put in the W, the O, the R, the K. Yeah, you know, I think when you're rock bottom, and there's so many people who have been successful who started there, I think rock bottom gives you a focus. I think that, you know, all of us are talented, you know, all of us are unique. I think the challenge is most of us are distracted. And so it's hard to be successful with all the distractions. Rock bottom, I mean, you become a tunnel vision. You know, rock bottom, every distraction is gone. Like, you're only with you. I mean, you homeless, I was homeless, I'm in abandoned buildings, there's no TV, there's no cable, there's no phone, there's no spades, you know what I'm saying? There's no tunk, you know, there's no drinking, no smoking, like you are alone. And so I think what rock bottom does is it allows you to get in touch with yourself in a way that you can't when you're successful. You hear things that you've never heard before, you see things that you've never saw before, you feel ways that you've never felt before. So rock bottom is just this isolation, this aloneness that allows you to concentrate and focus in a way you've never done before. Malcolm X was somebody that I looked up to. When Malcolm became Malcolm, his discipline was on a whole. You got a lot of cats who are talented, but discipline-wise, they suffer. You know what I'm saying? They might be the best football, basketball player, best speaker, but their private life don't match their talent. And I always wanted my private life to match my talent. And for too many of us, we say one thing out of our mouth, but until those values align, when you see that your body is the temple of God. And so my wife, when I was younger, was the kind of person who, she's not a cheerleader. You know, my wife's like, the world love you, they gonna cheer for you. When you get to the crib, iron sharpens iron. I'm a sharpener. I'm not interested in hugging you up, telling you that was a great video. Like, I'm watching the video to see what you're doing wrong. That's what I'm about to catch. They about to catch the fire content. I'm about to catch the word you misspelled or you used incorrectly. That's what I'm about to catch. The favor has been God putting a Phil Jackson in my life. Like, I live with a Phil Jackson. And we all need Phil Jacksons in our lives. And some of us in the room are so weak-minded that we want to surround ourselves by weak people. We don't want to be in relationships where we're going to be challenged. We'd rather have somebody in our corner that tell us what we want to hear, that do whatever we want to abuse them, and they're okay with being abused. No, I want to Phil Jackson, but at the end of the day, I want to retire. Because I cannot afford to stop learning. That's how I got here. So as soon as I stop learning, I stop growing. I know I haven't said a lot about it, you know, but it's really been bothering me this year. Because one of the things I said I was going to do that I have not done yet is the PhD, but I can say I'm in my final class and I defend in December. So in 2015, I will have a doctorate.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
Be you, E. You know, I remember when I first started speaking, I'm trying to, you know, corporate want me to be this. The NFL want me to go this way. Elementary schools, they think I should say it this way. And somebody was saying to me, E, the only way you could be the best ever is to be the authentic you. So I took the shirt and the towel and was like, E, you ain't even feeling comfortable in the shirt and the towel. Like, you feel like chained in, like, do you. And if they don't want you, then that means they not ready for you. You know, they don't value you. It's not that deep. So for me, the best advice was like that roughneck, that edgy dude you are, be him. And as long as you are authentic, you will always be successful as long as you stay uniquely you. As an African-American man in 2014, I was speaking somewhere the other day and they told me I was number 6 in the world out of like 100 speakers. You know what I'm saying? I was another one that said I was 1, but I don't really like that one. I like the one where I'm 6 in the world because I got something to work toward. I always tell people I don't want to be the best in the world. I just want to wake up every day and chase the best in the world. You understand what I'm saying? I need to be hungry. So for me, I think the trick for me is I wake up every day and I forget yesterday. And a lot of people tell you forget yesterday. They talking about the pain. I forget the success of yesterday. Because what happens is, like, if you ever seen an alligator is a ferocious animal. But I can kill an alligator after he eats. That's how vulnerable he is. Like, an alligator is at his weakest right after he eats, because he's chilling. And so for me, it's like, yo, E.T., don't ever tell yourself you're the best. Don't ever believe the hype. Don't ever get caught up in your success. Because the day you get caught up in it is the day that dude that's chasing behind you, he gonna catch you. So for me, I'm like a bear. A bear eats and knows it's going into hibernation. So the bear knows I gotta eat as much as I can eat, because there's gonna be a day where I'm not gonna have access to food. So that's how I'm like a bear. Every time I eat, I'm like, don't trip. You might not be sweet next year. You might be number 20, 2015. You might be number 60, 2016. So while the getting is good, you gotta get every bit of it. You can't leave nothing out. You can't be at the point where you're like, oh, I'm that guy. Every single gig, every single opportunity, you gotta go get it, because this might be your last chance. Don't give up on you. Your greatest hater is you. Your greatest hater is you. Your greatest fear is you. And I would just encourage you to give you a shot. Like, you ain't never really gave you a shot. Like, you've never given you a full year. You've never given you 365 days. You've never given you 120%. And I would just say to you, love you enough. You're beautiful. You're unique. You're wonderfully made. Stop looking for other people to validate you. Your essence, your existence is validation enough. Like, you're here, you're alive, And so success is all in your DNA. And I would challenge you to live up to it. It is so much easier to run. It is so much easier to give up. It is so much easier to quit, to give in. But I challenge you. I dare you. I dare you to believe in yourself. I dare you. I dare you to be courageous enough to deal with the real you and let the world see that unique, that gifted, that special person. All right, so it's your boy E.T. saying, listen to me, man, listen to me. You gotta want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. You have to understand how much you matter, and not just to you, how much you matter to others, right? And when you operate in your gift, not only do you liberate yourself, but you liberate others, and you force others to live a life that they never thought they could live. So I just challenge you be you, all right? You be you, and don't be nobody else. And you stop letting you get off the hook. You stop letting you get off the hook. And you hold you accountable to the greatness that's in you. Hey, it's your boy E.T. saying, if it was easy, everybody would do it. But I dare you to make the rest of your life the best of your life.